Hey, what's up ladies and gents, Spoony Pizzas here, back with another FC26 video. Today, you may be like me, you may be coming from eFootball and jumping into the EA world, and it may feel a little bit daunting, and you want to adjust the controls so you feel more comfortable. So this is the video that you're going to need, and that's going to help you make the transition a lot easier. So what you're going to do is when you first boot up FC26, you want to go to the cog in the top left corner, click on that, and that will take you to this screen here. You then want to go to settings and then game settings. Obviously, if you want to customize your controls and change the shoot button and the lob pass button around, you can do that right here. You can literally just switch the shoot and the lob pass buttons around very easily, just like that. Now come back out and go to game settings. So the gameplay, you've got competitive or custom. I tend to use custom. Turn off auto shots, turn off assisted headers, leave the shot assistance to assisted. Now I'm going to give you the breakdown if you're not a manual player, because obviously if it's manual, then it's going to be pretty obvious, but you need to select either manual or precision based on the writing. So this is mainly going to be aimed at those playing on pass assist level 3 on eFootball, or level 1 or level 2, not PA4. Auto flare pass, turn that off. You want through pass assistance, I would say assisted. Lob through pass assisted. Round pass assisted. Cross assistance, I would probably maybe go for semi or assisted. Try assisted first, but then try semi as well. You may find that you need that additional control on your crosses. Assisted for lob pass. Okay, when it comes to the pass receiver lock, you're going to probably notice that this is going to be on late as default. You want this to be animation start if you want it to be like PES and eFootball. However, you may want it to be late. So this means that as you're passing the ball or powering up to pass the ball, you can change who you're going to pass to at the last second. Otherwise, like I said, if you want to like PES and eFootball, leave this animation start. That's what I tend to use. Precision pass sensitivity, leave that as normal. Auto clearances, I tend to turn this off. Directional for clearance assistance, as this determines where the ball will go when you clear it. Jockey, I would leave that as assisted. Make sure the defending is advanced defending if you like the way eFootball defends. However, if you are coming from PES 2018 to play this game, you may want legacy defending. The difference is that with advanced defending, right bumper is your secondary player press for eFootball. And with legacy defending, it then becomes square or circle, depending which control set you're using. Do not use tactical defending. This makes your players move around like crabs, and you find it very difficult to close down the players who are on the ball. So I would always say advanced defending is the way to go. Leave professional fouls on. Pass block assistance, I would leave that on, especially if you're new. When it comes to auto switching, I leave it as this one over here. Auto switching, move assistance, put none. Classic, player relative, and all these are pretty much left to default, so you don't need to touch too much of those. Simplified skill moves, leave that off. I've tried it on, and it's just terrible. Just leave those off, in my opinion. And then for the goalkeeper, save assistance, assisted. Again, most of this will be left to the default. When it comes to the match, again, difficulty, it really does depend on you. I would say if you are on legend difficulty on eFootball, you should be able to cope with legend difficulty here. The only one I would avoid is ultimate. Competitor mode, leave this off unless you want them doing tricks every 2 seconds. Player-based difficulty, I tend to leave this off. Opt in for the full intro, and there's not too much left to do here because you're probably going to be jumping straight into career mode. When it comes to game type settings, play authentic. Authentic is the best. It basically slows the game right down and makes it far more realistic. But if you do want it really quick, go for competitive mode, but that's on you. When it comes to wind effects, in the career mode, you can set this to dynamic, so I'd recommend setting it to dynamic. And like I said, all the sliders are locked because you've selected the authentic game mode. And that makes a huge difference. You've then got CPU sliders, which I leave as custom. Don't change any of those. I just leave it as it is. For camera, a lot of people ask me what I use. I use the EA Sports Game Cam. I really do love that. It's really nice. For visuals, don't really touch this. Audio, I mean, just change. You can put the music on if you want, but obviously I have to turn this off because I will get copyright striked. Handball, I'd recommend turning that on. Can make things a little bit more interesting. Offsides on, and referee strictness. I would recommend probably leave that to default. They do a really good job, to be fair. Then obviously you got display and graphics, and this is just going to be down to your personal preference and what your computer can handle. Obviously mine, I've got a beefy PC, so everything is max. I tend to turn off the motion blur, not blur, and that's pretty much it. The one thing I would say is when you play a career mode, there is an option in there for unexpected events, and this is like your players or team getting sick. You could have a player retiring early. They may get complacent, so you give them too much praise, they become complacent, and then they play worse. So there's lots of sort of different features that happen with that, so I definitely recommend turning that on. There is an option to have it like low, medium, or extreme. I just recommend going for normal. Haven't seen too many crazy things happen in my season so far, so I may bump that up to extreme when I've built and fleshed out my squad a little bit more, but for now I would recommend leaving that normal. Anyway, that's all for this video, ladies and gents. Hopefully this is going to help you make the transition from eFootball to EA FC 26 a little bit smoother. And yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.